Karthik Chakkarapani, IT Director from the American Hospital Association. They've been with Box for quite a while, and Karthik has really pushed the limits of innovation with Box in finding new use cases and new ways to equip all of his employees, whether they be board members and executives or end users, with a tool that'll work for them and fits their business needs. So with that, I'll turn it over to Karthik.
Thanks, Tim. Hi, I'm Karthik Chakkarapani, Director of Technology Solutions and Operations at AHA. My team and I have two primary functions. The first is helping the businesses to grow revenue, improve processes, and thereby enabling and transforming the business operations by leveraging new and emerging technologies such as social enterprise, enterprise collaboration, cloud, mobile, and SaaS. And my team's second function is adoption. It's not necessarily just bringing these cool technologies into the corporate, but the other key to success is helping the businesses to adopt to these new technologies to get the maximum benefit and value out of this technology. So these are the two primary functions that my team and I do. So, we have been using Box for more than 2.5 years, and we are a very proud customer of Box. So we started back in spring of 2009. Initially, Box was just rolled out to a few teams and groups. And today, the entire organization uses Box. And we have upgraded the Box contract 3 times. That tells how we have increased the number of seats and everything else. And we have taken Box to the new levels, as Nick has mentioned it. Box has become kind of a verb or adjective in our organization. People don't call documents anymore or file server anymore. So in this presentation, I would like to share our journey. What are the challenges we had, and how did we leverage Box to address those challenges? And also show you some high-level information on the top business use cases and the solution architecture that we have implemented, and some adoption strategies, because adoption is very key to success in implementing any new technologies in today's corporate world. AHA is a 110-year-old organization which represents all types of hospitals, healthcare networks, and their patients and communities. So we represent almost all hospitals in the country, and we also have close to 42,000 healthcare professionals, which represents all the healthcare verticals. And we provide a unified healthcare voice in Washington, and we ensure that all of our members' needs are addressed in the national health policy development. And we promote hospital leadership, professional development, performance excellence, and innovation across the healthcare industry. This is a high-level snapshot of what we do. I could only accommodate these in one slide, but we have more business units than this. So we are a very diverse group of business units touching almost every aspect of the healthcare industry, whether it is individual or corporate or hospitals. And the key here for us is to collaborate and interact very good within the organization in order to meet AHA's vision, which is like providing a healthy community for all individuals. And if you see the middle box, the core organization, that is where IT fits into this whole ecosystem. Some of the challenges we faced early in 2009 when this whole healthcare reform was taking place is internally, we want to collaborate better and interact better and find information faster and quicker. And the finding information should be the last thing that people are, it should not be an obstacle for them to find information and sharing documents. So in AHA's ecosystem, today we collaborate Box across the organization, and we have close to 1,000 partners and vendors externally who collaborate with AHA. I'm sure many of them have become Box customers now. The challenges we had was ability to share and access information from any device, any location, any time, and then seamless ease of use to access it across all business functions, and eliminate the need of using email or FTP servers or file servers as a primary medium of communication. So what we have seen over the past 2 years is our dependence on email has reduced. We no longer have FTP servers. We used to have a couple in our data centers and external hosting centers, today our entire document management runs on box.net, and we have integrated into our enterprise collaboration platform as well. So the boomerang effect, this is something that I've posted a blog, and I think Box has posted on their site as well. The kind of the trends, what is going on in the market is cloud was initially used on the corporate world. Now it's entering the consumer space. Apple is launching iCloud, and Amazon has launched Cloud Drive. And soon, in a month or two, the kids will be using iPhone and iPad, sharing documents or sharing music or sharing photos across the cloud. And in the keynote, you said like the consumers are so powerful over the weekend and home, when they come to the corporate world, they are not as effective or efficient. So the boomerang effect is like, once this iCloud is a key adoption, I'm sure that it's going to have good marketing around, especially the kids and teenagers. And when they enter the workforce, or even the current workforce, when they come to the corporate world, they would expect the same kind of collaboration and communication in the workspace as well. They're already expecting it for mobile devices. Hey, I want to use my iPad, I want to use my iPhone. In a couple of months, they will all be asking, how do I share documents like how I'm doing on my iPhone or iPad? It's good like Box has introduced Box Sync, which is kind of almost all the applications, whereas Apple's iCloud is only for Apple devices. But that is going to send a very key trend in the corporate world. So that is what I call it as boomerang effect. And this is a key message which I am promoting within the organization and all the other conferences as well. So organizations should start keep ready for this upcoming trend in the consumer market. So we have taken an integrated framework, kind of an enterprise collaboration platform, adding document management and social collaboration, kind of in the flow work process. You don't want employees to access multiple applications or systems to get the work done. That's the last thing you want employees to go to, one HR system and one payroll system, one financial systems. So our framework has been that provide a one-stop platform, kind of an internal iGoogle, where they can collaborate, communicate, interact with the key processes, data, systems, people. And that will naturally lead to innovation and process excellence. So we have been having this enterprise collaboration platform for more than a year now, and we have seen some good success. We had our own ups and downs as well. We implemented this platform. And this is kind of a high-level architecture, kind of a 4-layer. So some of the key things that you saw in the keynotes is like single sign-on to key SaaS applications to internal and external. We have already got it all in there in this platform. So we have implemented close to 14 SaaS applications. We have been an early cloud adopter back in 2006. So once employees come to this platform, they have single sign-on to most of the key enterprise SaaS applications, like what you heard about Okta this morning. So employees are finding it very easy and intuitive to access internal information or external information. And by doing this, AHA was awarded early this year by Computer World, kind of an honors laureate for by leveraging collaboration and how does it affect the common man. So we were recognized by Computer World early this year. And that includes technologies such as Box.net, our video platforms, and we use social text for our collaboration platform. So as I said, we've been using Box for more than 2.5 years. So we don't have to worry about software upgrades or patches or anything else like other favorite terms like SharePoint. We used to have that 2 years ago. And Box Sync has been a very powerful feature. I was very impressive. It was very impressive to see the Box Sync taking a new shape, ability to share documents across multiple devices and applications. That's a key to collaboration. And we use extensively some of these features. Box iPad app is one of the biggest hits in our organization. All the executives love it. I don't carry my laptops to any presentations. I just hook my iPad to the projector screen, and there, Zoom, I can see all the documents. And our board members all have iPads, and it's becoming very convenient. I'll show you in some of the business use cases, like how we have leveraged some of these features. So, social media. I came to know about Box back in April of 2009 through LinkedIn. I was having a tough time sharing information with my LinkedIn network. And there, LinkedIn formed a partnership with Box, and that's how I came to know Box. I was using Box for 3 months or 4 months. Today, I have close to 500 documents in my LinkedIn Box folder. I have a personal account. And I would say that I have close to 6,000 or 7,000 downloads from my Box folder, which is quite interesting. Like, people are able to view all the documents and the case studies that I have loaded in Box, kind of having this network effect. I've formed very good network relationships with others, because I get a notification who's downloading it or who's viewing this document. So I have extended that. That's how I came to know Box, and we implemented Box temporarily, kind of in proof of concept and a pilot project. And this Box can be taken to the new levels in this social enterprise in Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, because that is one channel for you to showcase all your information. Box widget has a very convenient API where you can display all your resources. If you have social media channels, you just place a document in one time and you can display it across all your social media channels. This is a nice way to promote your resources or product brochures or materials. You don't want to be having your customers or users accessing a file server or an FTP server to download documents. So we have taken through all our websites and social media channels as Box as one of the first mediums to showcase all the documents and display all the documents. This has become very cool. As showing a screenshot in my LinkedIn profile, I have this Box folder right in the bottom. So the second business case is when we started using Box.net mainstream. We had a huge office relocation in downtown Chicago, and our business challenge was, this is when we were using Box in the third month or fourth month, and we had to collaborate with 100 team members, 30 partners and vendors. And you know, if you move in the office, we have a lot of documents, engineering drawings, videos, photos, version control, and it was a $3 million project. And unfortunately or fortunately, I was a technical lead or program lead for that project. And guess what? I used Box for that project. It made my life easier as a program manager for that project. And it helped me to, communication and collaboration and documents was the least concern when I used Box for it. So I would say it's a project manager's best tool, or it's a handy tool to think, because for any project, key to success is communication and collaboration. And Box has been very helpful in that case. Like how do we manage documents? It provides any big project like office relocation, the single source of truth is very critical. You don't want people to be having multiple versions of documents or referring to the wrong documents. So with this Box, we were able to provide one version of it. There are other versions in history, but whenever any team member sees a document, they always see the latest version of the document. That was very key, and we used tagging and all the full text search, so anybody in the team were able to search for documents quickly and easily. So I would say that it is one of the best use cases of Boxes in project management. Social enterprise, yes.
Did you establish a taxonomy or a relevant set of metadata that people use?
Yes. So in our initial proof of concept, we learned the lesson hard way that if you don't have taxonomy or tags, you'll have all kinds of folders, because people repeat the same mistakes what they used to do on file servers. Right. Create like 100 folders, 100 subfolders, and people were doing the same thing over here as well. So we try to encourage, obviously we cannot tell every user to follow this taxonomy, but we did provide some guidelines. So because this office relocation was a major project, I was kind of playing the role model in how to setting up the folders and how can you have collaborators and all those things, permissions and everything else. I don't even remember what features we had 2 years ago for Box, because Box has changed a lot.
Did you use it much for task assigning?
We didn't have task feature at the time. It was introduced early this year, or late last year. So the next thing is social enterprise, the tools which I've been showing while guys were walking in. This is our enterprise social collaboration platform. And as I said, the key to internal collaboration and communication is sharing of information and accessing the documents with ease of use. So in this, I have my own Box folder. As soon as I log into this platform, we have our own single sign-on to all these applications. I'm able to see all the documents. If I type in my username and password, my network credentials, I have access to all the key SaaS applications based upon the privileges that I have. So if I click on Box, I'll be able to access Box seamlessly. I don't have to remember the username or password or anything like that. So, and the key in the social enterprise is you want to provide information, because in any organization, sharing and creating documents is kind of everyone's role and responsibilities, and you want to provide an easy way to share and publish that information, whether it's IT help desk or resource libraries or knowledge base. You need to provide a single source of information and get that in the flow, in the workflow process. You don't want to be accessing FTP servers or file servers. And if you're working from remote or Citrix, you don't want to be getting into it and accessing. If you hang an iPad or iPhone, you should be able to access it. And we do have a mobile front end to this collaboration platform, so people can access this information seamlessly as well. And what we have done is we have got many project workspaces in our collaboration platform. So for every project, we have a project folder in Box. So when they look at the project workspace, those are the widgets that we provide. So people don't have to be looking at multiple systems to be seeing where are the latest project documents for that project. So we provide in simple access to it. So
who are you using for that?
social text. So publications. We are a huge publication arm. We publish a lot of magazines. We have online podcasts and webinars. And obviously, in any publication industry, we had this challenge as well. This was 1.5 years or 2 years ago. The ad files and the images are so rich, it's impossible to send via email. Because most of the files are greater than 2 MB, and we have a restriction in Outlook. Nobody can send more than that. So people were sharing file drives and CDs and FTP site. And by using Box, we were able to address this challenge. We were able to assign tasks as well. So if there is a vendor who uploads a new ad file that has to go into the website or the magazine, the person who's responsible for that creates tasks, and it automatically goes. So we have the social workflow within the organization, and we have an RSS feed which comes into the social collaboration platform. And so this provides the publication team and the campaigns who's doing sales and marketing campaigns to have less dependency on CDs or flash drives of FTP servers. So and manage and content very easily. And ability for the third party, because the third party plays an important role in sharing and distributing these ad files. When the ad is finalized, we have to send those files again. So it's a huge benefit for the publications industry. So
is the workflow outside of Box and sort of Box plugs into a workflow, or do you do workflow inside of Box?
we do both. We have the workflow within Box as well, and we have integrated that Box kind of an high-level integration with our social collaboration as well. So. And the board, yes.
For the graphic stuff, does that allow the Mac users who create the files
Yes.
to seamlessly access the application?
That's right. With this boxing, it's going to make their lives more easier. So, yes.
Just curious about the workflow question. So, are you feeling the need to design new processes, new workflows entirely in order to really utilize this? And can you describe kind of what that process?
Yes, I have a slide on adoption strategies. That's where I'll talk about what should you do to, because all these features are cool and neat, but how do you get in front of these? I'll come up with.
I'm interested in that interplay between the social collaborative concepts.
Sure, I'll talk about it. So, the other business use case is board meetings. We all have boards, and in AHA we have close to 15 to 17 boards because it represents multiple healthcare verticals. So this is one of the key business use cases. I didn't even have to talk about it because it was so seamless and ease of use. I'm sure because of board members, Box got more business today from other, because the board members go back to the CIOs and IT people, hey, AHA uses Box.net. I don't even have to talk about the slide. It's just making our lives so easier and cool. Because all these board members, as you know, all be carrying iPads or Zooms or whatever it is, and it's making everybody's life easier. And especially the person who's managing the content for the board meetings, it has made their life easier. I have a small video which is going to talk about it as well, so I'll leave it for the video. Mobile apps. So we started our journey on mobile applications. We have close to 12 annual healthcare conferences. So as I said, my team is responsible for leveraging new technologies, including mobile. So we created 10 iPhone apps, Droid apps, and 2 iPad apps. And we have to interact with a lot of exhibitors, vendors, partners, and the development team, and including the team within AHA as well. And we have 75 team members, and we want to make sure that all the mobile app is less than 20 MB, because on Apple iStore, it has to be, on iTunes, it has to be less than 20 MB for us to download it via the Wi-Fi network. So the business value in this case is ability to share content, putting together this mobile app. So even when we have links under the resources under mobile apps, we provide it to the box. So if attendees are coming to the conference such as these, if they're seeing all the handouts or conference sessions or anything, all they click is click on that box link or the box widget. It pops up. People who are not on mobile devices, we have the link on the websites. It's the same thing. So put the document one place and access it from any device and location. So it has made this whole project around this mobile applications, whether it's internal and externally, very good. So other business use cases is magazine and flyers. So QR codes is becoming very popular these days. You take any magazine or flyer, or if you hang around in a bus stop or something, you always see a QR code. I'm still in the testing phase of this to make sure it doesn't go beyond like craziness on this. So imagine if you have all your documents on Box, and if you're having a magazine article or an ad, and if you want your readers to see all the documents, and if they're sitting on a train or standing in a train, take your phone and just scan it, zoom. You get all your Box documents right on your phone. That's a cool way rather than giving a long URL or a link on the magazine article, because nobody can type it during the commute. So the other things are awards and nomination process. As we said, we have multiple professional groups which represents all the 42,000 healthcare professionals. So we have many awards, and one of the team has used this process, Box, because people have to upload nomination forms. So we have a Box upload widget on the website, and people download it. And as soon as they upload the nomination form, all the judges, we have like close to judges for all the groups, they're all nationwide. They all get alerts. They see the nomination forms, and they are required to upload it to one more folder where the award nomination gets addressed. So it's kind of neat. It's a good process flow. And they used to be sending close to 300 emails. I'm sure that now they're sending less than 5 emails. So and it has helped that whole process. And these are the other things like knowledge base, IT resource center, or help desk. And we have leadership meetings and communication. Everybody uses Box, whether we have leadership internal events or people display, and our CIO is on. I'll be showing a video where he's going to tell like Box has been used extensively in his level of meetings as well. So legal contracts, everybody has this huge legal documents whenever we do it, and obviously we don't do it by email anymore. We used to do it by email, but now so all our legal internal or external, or even the vendors who were working with the contracts, we use Box to kind of with the latest features of Box is going to make life easier for all of us actually. So
On that kind of information that has record management implications, how do you deal with that?
when you say record management, like version control, or
No, that's what version control. Well, version control is a part of it, but there's a final version, final sign.
that's where the taxonomy comes in place. So when we introduce that particular legal contract with the team, we have a separate folder. We have work in progress, final, and sign off. And once the work in progress is done, we actually lock that folder. Box has a nice lock feature. Nobody can download it or upload it. So as an administrator of that group or who is in charge, they can lock the folder. So that's how we manage the control. So
the assumption is that the folder has an infinite retention that's maintained.
exactly, yes. Hopefully so.
How do you sign those contracts with the vendor? Do you require
We did try a third-party app called DocuSign, kind of an electronic signature, but we didn't take it anywhere from there. We just did a proof of concept, because for our organization, it has to be manually signed. So
Do people want to do any live collaboration in conjunction with looking at a box that, are you using like a six-photo meeting or WebEx or what?
we use Quest conferencing internally.
That all integrates with Box?
We haven't gone to that extent yet. So hopefully, if that feature is available, like an application where I can just dynamically display. I think the latest feature which Box introduced was the Outlook. So kind of, if I'm on email, I can directly send documents as well. That's hopefully conferencing is the next thing, because in collaboration, it's people, data, process. And the biggest missing piece in today's collaboration industry is human interface. So having that will be a cool thing. So with the time I have left, I will quickly run the video. So we have a fun element in this. When I drafted the screenplay for this, I wanted to be as cool as Box, but didn't turn out to be. So because I use Box videos for many inspirational team meetings. So let me see.
Well, AHA Solutions primarily uses Box.net as an FTP site. The features which allow collaboration are used primarily by our event coordinating team.
Well, I edit a daily e-newsletter, and it's essential that I'm able to share audio and video files with my collaborators. By using Box.net, I'm able to get collaboration from other members of the group and do everything without having to rely on a network.
We utilize a variety of different documents, from discussion documents to minutes from the previous board meeting to different reports from different committees.
Actually, I don't use Box.net. I use tools that I have found to be reliable over years of use.
This is from
We've
the.
been using Box.net for our board books. We used to use another platform that called for them to use a username and password, and it was very complicated for them. So we decided to move to this platform where they didn't have to use a username. They could just click on a link, download the book.
We are using Box.net as a means of disseminating data to members of our sales force, especially those who are unable to access AHA's data server.
I post a lot of documents because I need to collaborate with a lot of different teams, and this allows me the ability to get information out to those people.
See that? 4 gigs of space. I can copy anything I want onto it, and then I could walk it up to somebody, hand it to them, and they know they got it, and I know they got it.
The fact that they now can control the way that they move information back and forth between inside the organization and outside the organization has really been very valuable. They've been able to take IT out of the mix. In the past, we've had to use an FTP site if we wanted to move information securely, or we'd have to relieve some of the restrictions that we have on Exchange for sending 50 megabyte files or 100 megabyte files. Now they don't have to come to us for that. And putting that control in the hands of the employees has really allowed them to decide how to form work groups and how to bring people together in a collaborative way and be able to share information. In the past, that was very difficult to do. IT had to get involved and open up shared files and figure out who was in and who was out. Now the employee can take care of that themselves, and they're starting to do a lot of different things, a lot of innovative things with Box that we don't even see sometimes and are really surprised with what they do. But they're throwing that word Box around in the organization, and we just threw the information up on Box, or hey, go check Box.
Well, operationally, it allows us to do a lot more remote work from before, and it also allows for comments back and forth between collaborators instead of having to send another file separate from the file that we're working on.
It's got a unique feature where you can assign tasks and it'll email the person and let them know exactly what you want them to do. They can hit a link, which makes it easy for them to get to the information, and then it sends me an email back when they've completed the task, so it makes it easy for me to track that.
So the flexibility of the software design and its ability to integrate with other technologies, the way that we're using it has really been a key driver of innovation for our business strategy.
Using a cloud for productivity? Really? I mean, what's a cloud good for? Rain? Snow? Bad poetry?
Mostly around the board meetings. Our board meetings, especially face-to-face, we would put together very large binders with all the documentation that the board members needed to look at during the board meetings or review prior. Box.net has allowed us to place all of those materials out there virtually.
It does allow us to share documents that are updated regularly, such as our ad availability calendars. And what this does is it eliminates the need to contact the home office while scheduling placement with a client.
In previous years, we used to print and mail, FedEx them actually, which cost a significant amount. And we have been able to save that amount of money this last year by using Box.net.
I think everybody would agree that mobility is just exploded everywhere. Everybody is now a much more mobile workforce. You've got people that are working in remote locations, but people that are also moving on a regular basis back and forth between this office or that office or this coast and that coast. The ability to get to up-to-date information on a PC or an iPad or an iPhone with some of the mobile apps, especially the apps that Box Services provide to the organizations that use them, is really incredible. I am frequently moving documents from my PC in Chicago to directly be able to access them when I'm in my office in DC, or maybe I'm in a different location, or I can be sitting in a meeting and be able to pull out my iPad and just quickly pull up the Box app that's on the iPad and look at a document and be able to have referenceable information immediately. So the mobility is not going to change. the management of those documents is not going to change, and the desire for people to consume those wherever they're at on any device is just going to grow. And I think Box has done a really good job there. I think really, as I mentioned before, that the Box Sync application or capability around Box is just so easy to take a file, drop it in a folder, walk out of the office, go wherever you're going across the country or in any location, and bam, it's right there, right at your fingertips. It's up to date, it's accurate, and you know you've got what you need in order to be able to get the job done.
Are we done? Because I've got to print some documents and distribute them. I think we're done here.
How cool was that? So final slide, sorry, we're running out of time. So adoption strategies, it's very key, as I said early in my presentation. Bringing all these new technologies is all cool and nice from an IT point of view, but the second biggest thing is how do you help organizations to, or business units to adopt to these new technologies. So you need to develop a very compelling strategy and business use case, do roadshows and have success stories and use cases, and always listen, monitor, and do the necessary action to take it further. So I think I'm running out of time, so thank you very much.